What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video here. We are going to jump right into what we got going on today. You can see Mark's over there working on we're putting a lift on his truck. I kind of been messing with just a bunch of random stuff on mine today, just a lot of little stuff. But we are going to be working in here today. But what I was working on before here, I'll show you real quick. So basically we were cleaning up all the wiring in the engine bay here. We ended up doing a new battery box. They had a bunch of wires like running through here to here, and then I had some grounds going over here and stuff. We cleaned all that stuff up. I had my sub wire running through here. So basically, you can see, redid the terminals, did my own heat shrink and stuff, kind of ditched the OEM boots, put these, I don't know what you want to call these. They're basically just a nut for the, or a bolt I should say, for the terminal, but they have a stud on the back that you can run accessories to. So I did the sub, and you can see I ran it through here. And then I also just did a ground and a power wire, and then I made these terminals back here, so I connected to the battery to these, and then we shortened up all the wires and tried to clean it up this corner as best as possible. But besides that, what we are working on today is going to be this right here. So this is from Dirty Hooker Diesel, and this is a lockup switch. So what this allows you to do is to manually override the TCM and lock up on command whenever you want. So I mean, it doesn't matter when it is. If you are at a stoplight and you flip this switch, it's gonna lock up and stall the truck. So that's kind of what we're dealing with here, and it's not too bad. This is basically going to go right here in this cubby hole. It's a special mount that Dirty Hooker makes. You can do this in these trucks, or you can get just a universal mount that you could, you know, stick wherever you want. But we are going to work on getting that in here, getting the interior part, getting it in there, and then we'll start running that wire out to the cab, and then we will have to tap a few wires in this harness right here. If you don't know if you can see that, but this is the TCM harness, and that's where we will be working. Just before we get started, unbox this stuff, just wanted to show you guys what you do with these things right here. You go like this and like that. Okay, now we can get started. So you can see we got it installed there, but basically just working on the lovely part of trying to run this wire down through the firewall. Everybody loves that. So basically once I get that through the firewall and get the interior buttoned up here, which should only take a few minutes, and then we will catch up out there with the TCM and show you guys what wires we got to tap and how we're going to do that. I don't know if I've showed this to you guys before, so I kind of wanted to stop and take a minute and show you. But obviously I have a hole through the boot down there. I mean, there's about 300 wires coming through there. But even when you have a hole or whatever, it can be a pain to like get a wire through that boot or whatever. So I actually got this little tube, this little PVC tube, with a set of amp research steps that I did on my mother's truck. And I literally have used this piece of tubing probably more times than you even know. But for this one, it was actually like almost a perfect fit. So I kind of just shoved it in there, and it was pretty tight. And then I just pulled this through. But what normally you do is you can use the piece of pipe to shove it through something. Like for example, I use it a lot when I do mirrors and I have to go through this here. It's real easy to work that piece of plastic tubing because it's hard. It's like, it's stiff. It doesn't kink or whatever. So you shove this through, and then you just shove your wires through. You pull your wires through, and then you just pull the tube off, and your wires are through wherever. It's a great trick to remember when you're trying to fish a wire through something weird. All right, figured I'd catch you guys up here. So we got the wire. I ran it. I ended up having to take this back out, take this all apart again, but wanted to keep it hidden, so we ran it with the sub wire here. And you can see I ran it under this. I took the this box back out and I brought it down there, so it comes down right through here. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to take this plug all apart so that we can double check our pin numbers and see what the wires are. And then I think I'm going to trace them. I'll trace the colors back. I'm going to make my connections back here. They want you to do it up here, but I'm going to do it right here, and I can shove that plug back up through there, and I think it'll be a little cleaner. So we'll go through that process here. I'm going to try and show you guys this as best I can. This is upside down. You can see I marked the pins that I need to get to with white paint. And then the other one is over here. This one is 78. This one here is 9, and this one is 11. That's what it says in the book. Basically all I'm gonna do, and you have to be careful because I see there's the same color of wire in different spots. So like this one I'm gonna trace, it's a red with a black stripe. There's a couple other red with black stripes, so I'm gonna do my best to trace it back up towards here, and then I'll cut it and I'm gonna splice it. I'm gonna splice this in like this. That's how I'm going to do it. A little different than what it says, but I'm just trying to make it as clean as possible. So just be really careful when you're hunting for your correct wire. So this is one of them right here. So we're just going to get these all cut and spliced in and tape this all up. Alright, so I'm going to try and get you guys in here and show you what we got going on. So the brown wire off the TCM basically got split with the green wire got attached to the plug side of the brown, and then the white got attached to the transmission side of the brown here. And the red went to red with a black stripe, black went to black, so it really wasn't too bad. They give you a really nice diagram here, makes it real easy to follow. But I got everything done, so you can see I kind of started taping everything up before I said I wanted to show you guys, but it's finished product. Pretty excited to get this wrapped up and go take it for a drive. Okay guys, so it is dark. You won't be able to probably see the switch, but I've been driving around with it here for a little bit, and it does work. I was just kind of playing with it, but I was going to kind of go over some of the things that I ran into and that I noticed, and that's like if you kind of use it like while daily driving, like say you're just screwing around and you want to lug you lug the truck a little bit, or it seems like if you use it and then continue to try and drive, I don't know if it was maybe just the way I was using it. I'll have to play with it more, but it threw a couple codes. I didn't get a check engine light or really notice anything, except that once I flipped it back to the factory and I unlocked it and flipped it back to factory on the switch, it wouldn't lock up at all. Like, it wouldn't lock up in fifth gear. If you hit tow haul, it wouldn't lock up. And then I tried to back in somewhere and go into reverse, and I got range shift inhibited, so I had to go clear the codes. And then it was fine. It was all back to normal. But yeah, so daily driver, it's probably, I mean, granted, I know that's not what it's intended for, but that's kind of what I was hoping to be able to use it as. But luckily with the Allison, there's really no reason to, I guess. But I was kind of just hoping to be able to screw with it while I was driving around. But I think it's going to have to be a racing thing only for the most part. Or if you do use it, you got to double check and make sure if it did throw codes, you just got to clear them real quick and then you're back to normal. So not a big deal, but sorry to ramble there, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to explain my thoughts on it so far. But overall, I like it. I like the fitment of it over there, even though you can't see it. But yeah, overall happy with it. Not a bad install, pretty straightforward. So yeah, happy with it. Alright guys, just got back to the shop here. That's going to wrap it up for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Pretty simple, straightforward video. Nothing crazy. But it's pretty cool, the lockup switch. I think it's a cool little thing to have. I've basically built this truck in a lot different of a way than I feel like most people do. I have it basically 100% ready for anything that I want to throw at it. I just don't have the power yet, so that's what we're going to be starting to move into. It is set up in any shape, way, or form for going down the track, handling any power that I throw at it. We just got to start adding some horsepower, and then eventually we'll probably have to build the motor, of course. But it's been cool because, like I said, it's been different. I've went a little bit of a different route with this, building this truck. So, but just another thing to add to the list. And like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and at least you guys know if you ever need to do a lockup switch, that's probably the one I would recommend. Dirty Hooker seems to have it down for the Duramaxes, and yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. That helps me out. And we will catch you on the next one.